Okay, the next thing we are going to continue with is to see how we can display the data which we get it from the endpoint. Okay, I am talking about this data localhost column 8000 slash API slash results slash LD. So when we call this endpoint, you see we are getting these two data. So we want to create a table that will display the data. So before I implement the logic behind displaying the data, I want to make some plannings. Let me first of all design the table offline. Okay, like in Microsoft Word. Let me go to Microsoft Word, and then after that, then I will see how I can implement the table. So I will go to insert over here, and then let me go to table, and I don't know, but let me just make the table like so. I may consider adding more things or removing some more things. So here it should be serial number, then here will be name, then here will be registered voters, and here will be accredited voters. Okay, so what we are dealing with here is, let me change to past. So you see we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. We have 8 parties, right? So let me simply here say votes received by parties. Okay, that is how they normally do it. And then here we will have a valid votes, and here is going to be rejected votes, and here is going to be total votes. Okay, so let me delete these two items from here. Delete columns. All right, so I want to add one more thing. That is right after this name. Let me make one more column, and let me make the column submitted so far. Okay, submitted so far. Okay, so if I come to this votes received by parties right here, I would like to turn this into 8 more columns. So let me select the entire columns, and then I will go to layout, and I will do split cells. I want to split into 8 columns and 3 rows. So that means I will simply change this to the 8 like so. Okay, that is very fine. And let me do some adjustment at least, so that I will be able to see better what I am dealing with. We drag this like all the way to here, and all of these cells, I would like to match them to become one single cell. Or instead of making it into one single cell, let me do split. How many columns do I want? I want 1 column. And how many rows? Let me make it like 3 rows. So let me do like so. Okay, and this one too, it should be 8. Let me split into 2 by 8 as well. Okay, so to have uniform distribution, let me make this into also 2 by 8. Better. So you see now we have better distribution. And here they normally do it like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and then here is going to be the list of the parties. So you see, as for the parties, we have APC ADC, APC, APP, ADC, APP, APC, ko? Say APP, say LP, NNPP, PRP, NRM, SDP. Okay, so lallai ma Sadiq kwakwalwarka tana ja sosai. Har da dai kana jin bacci, amma dai you are still doing great. Okay, so let me select everything here and let me send them to center. Make sure everything is in the center, and also let me make it bold. Let me do Ctrl B, and these ones too, they should be center and they should be bold. Okay, so you see, this is the idea of how the table is going to look like. And now this same idea is what we are going to implement, okay, in our work. I'm talking about this page right here. Okay, so without further ado, let me go to my source code. I will go to the front end. I will go to source pages home, because that is where I will need to apply. Okay, so you see here we have this div. This div is the one which is responsible for displaying that RAS and LGs, that little form at the top which we do select. Okay, this div is the one that contains everything there. Okay, and okay, here is another one, and this is their main container, this div. So as you can see, the div has ended here. So at least let me click here and simply say table. For example, let me make an H1 that is going to be temporary, and simply say table here. So let me save, and let me make sure that it stays right where it should, which of course it does. Okay, so my table is going to be a component. I would like to create a component which can be a reusable component. So I will come inside the component folder. I will make a right click right there and create a new table, and simply say data table. You can call it anything, but I think that data table is okay, or maybe result table, or result table .jsx. Okay, so for now let me do RAFC. All right, so let me save. I'll come back to home. I will replace this with result table. Okay, let me close that up, and as you guys can see, we have the import at the top here, result table from components. It has been imported automatically. All right, so let me go ahead and save that, and then let me check my work. You see, now I have the results table, so which means everything is fine. Okay, so let me go to the result table and let me start working on the results table. This div, I will maintain it, I will use it, but let me give it some class name. I would like it to have the width of full, that is the width of 100%, and I would like it to have a border, and then I will also like it to have border radius, so that means it should be rounded. Let me do rounded LG. Okay, and what else do I also need to give it? So let me do overflow, because chances are the table is going to be larger, so I would like to allow it to to scroll across. So that means it should be overflow X bottom. So let me apply that. Okay, so at least for now that should be it for the div. And then inside the div, so let me say table here. Let me save and let me take a look. So you can see here is where my div has spanned across the entire width of the inner container of the page, and it looks so okay to me. I will create a table, and this table I would like to give it class name like this. I will give it w dash full as well. Let it have the full width, and I will also give it border collapse so that the border is actually going to collapse. And also, so let me leave it for now like so. I will consider adding other things. So inside the table, the first thing I will have is going to be the t head, which is the table head. Okay, and inside the table head, is there anything I would like to do here? I think there is nothing I would like to do here. So let me apply some table row. Okay, so inside this table row there is going to be the table heading. Okay, so th. So this th is going to have row span, and this row span is going to be, let me use this, the row span is going to be 4, and let me make this serial number. Okay, and I will also give this class name. The class name I would like to give it is going to be border. Okay, I would like it to have a border. And then let me do some padding. I will do px like 4 and py like 3. Okay, and by the way, this px4 it means 12 pixel, and py3 it means 9 pixel. And let me add one more thing to this. I will give it its own class name, and I would like to give it some hover effect. And on hover, I would like to make the bg to be something like select 100, at least to indicate that we are hovering over the table. But I think that is unnecessary for this row. I will apply it to the other rows. Okay, so this one is for the serial number, and if we follow, we see after serial number we have name, then submitted so far, then registered, then accredited. So 4 of them, right? So let me do 1 2 3 4. Simply change this one to be name, then this one should be submitted so far, and then this one should be accredited, registered voters, and then this one is going to be accredited voters. Okay, respectively. So after that, then the next thing which we have, this one, as you can see, this vote, we want it to span across 8 rows, 8 columns, I mean. Okay, so let me duplicate one more, and let me change this to votes received by parties Okay, but this one I will change it into call span instead of row span, and that is going to be 8. Okay, so after that, let me duplicate this. So shift alt down arrow key, and let me bring it down by pressing alt down arrow key, this row span. Then the next thing we have is the total valid, right? So let me make this into total valid. Okay, the next one is going to be total rejected, and then the last one is going to be total cast. Okay, total cast. So that is for this row. Then there is going to be another row, another tr right here, and this tr is simply going to take in the columns that this votes received by parties has taken. If you follow the logic, you see after we have this column, it goes together with this. Okay, then we have this in place, and then this one. So that means the next one we are going to put is simply going to contain 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, okay, so it is going to be th, let me do times 8. Do you know this technique? You press it and it will generate you all 8 of them. Okay, so let me simply make this into 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8, but I'm thinking on displaying them horizontal, or let's maintain it like so. Okay, so let me duplicate this one more time. Okay, and here I will list the name of the parties. So as for the parties, I have ADC, I have APC, like there is ADP. Oh, what will be ADP? APC. ADC, APC, say APP, say LP, say NNPP, or NNPP, say PRP, say NRM, say SDP, respectively. So if everything goes all right, then this should create me the heading of my table. So let me go ahead and save that, and then take a look at my result. Looks good, isn't it? You see, you can see the layout has come out, isn't it? Okay, although there is need for us to do some little fixes here and there, we'll take care of that when we start working with the data. But there is one more thing which I was thinking that we should include, that is to add some separators, like separator lines in between this one's code, so as to have some clear distinction. And one more thing also, I have noticed that the font on the table, the text is kind of like too big, right? So let me go ahead, go to the table here, and change the text SM. Okay, just make the text to be small. All right, and then no, SM is small. Okay, you mean the for the table heading? No, it's a heading. I think that one is fine for it. Okay, and also for each one of these, we would like to give it a class name. and there has to be some padding. So let me make like p-2, okay, all across. And also, apart from the padding, then there has to be some border, okay. So which means I will need to copy this class. You can see should be here. Actually, also the same thing goes to this one once. So let me go ahead and save that, and then let me take a look at the new result. So you see we have much better table now, okay, and we have much better representation.